Hey guys, welcome back to the Banter Bets and BPL podcast. Just Liam here on this Friday morning. It's international break. Everyone hates this time of time of year, time of month, whatever, because there's no Premier League. To be honest with you, me and the boys could use a little break because if you guys were following us last week, we were all five of us, myself, brother Keeks, Sandy, who's on a horrible run, Marco, and our guest Dean, we all finished in the negatives on our bets in the Premier League. I really thought I was going to come positive. I hit my West Ham bet to beat Leicester, which was huge, and then I just needed Liverpool to beat Aston Villa to finish off that $20 parlay for even money, and we know what happened next. They got smashed 7-2. Still can't believe that. But yeah, all those guys said they needed a couple weeks off. So I'm here alone, trying to get through the international break here. So I figured we'd talk about some international bets for tomorrow, for Saturday. Might do another one for next week's early week games, and we'll be back to talk about Premier League players. Do the weekend recap from the last Premier League game week. Looking forward to week 5 waivers. So that's what we've got coming up. Those other cowards that I do podcasts with didn't want to show their face, but I'm back here to hold my L and give you guys some international winners for tomorrow. So why don't we get right into that? First one I have is Albania to beat Kazakhstan. Albania's away. They're 2.3, so you're getting plus money with them. I don't know. Albania is a respectable international team. Nothing crazy, but Kazakhstan, I don't even know. Do they have any players? None that I know of. Get in touch if you know any Kazakhstan upcoming players, but I think Albania wins this. Probably be a boring 1-0. That's how Albania plays. I remember they were in the Euros 2016, I think. But yeah, I just think they're a bit more of a competent team. Maybe they're getting plus money because they're away, but with no fans, none of those crazy famous Kazakhstani fans, I think Albania is good value there. So shout out to our buddy Zeph, the Albanian. This one's for you, Zeph. Next, I think we've got, I like Croatia at home to beat Sweden. I know I just said home doesn't matter too much, but I think Croatia is better than Sweden anyway. Croatia's coming off an impressive win. They won at Switzerland this week, a couple of days ago. So I think Croatia at home against Sweden. I know Sweden had a good win at Russia too. But I just think Croatia is a better team. I know they've dropped off a little bit since they made the World Cup final. But Croatia at home, the odds are 1.83. So close to even odds for a better team at home, I think is good money there. Next up, we're going with England at home to Belgium. England's 2.75. They're slight underdogs. This is a Nations League game. This isn't a World Cup or a Euro game, not a major tournament, which means my confidence in England is high. This is the type of game that England wins, guys. This is the type of time that England actually beats a good team, when the stakes are low and it doesn't really matter. I know it's Nations League and it's supposed to be a little bit more prestigious, but let's be honest, at this point, it really isn't. So I think if England is a home underdog in this one, this is the type of game they'll win. And everyone will be pumped up for the Euros. Yeah, we're going to win the Euros. Football's coming home and all that stuff. And then they'll go and disappoint everyone at the Euros, but I really like England at that number. Speaking of, and in any case, that'll be one of the few watchable games for internationals, 2 actually good teams going at it. So if you want to have a bit of action on that, I think that's a good call. The other one, which I'm probably going to have some action on, that I wouldn't mind watching, is France at home to Portugal. France at home is getting 2.05, so a little bit above even money. I love France at home. France is the best team in the world. They won the last World Cup. There's a rematch of 2016 Euro that Portugal did win. But France is just on fire. They won 7-2 a couple days ago. Portugal battled to a 0-0 draw against Spain. France is better than Spain. I just like this price for France at home. And I can see it dropping a little bit closer to game time. Portugal, they obviously have Ronaldo. Maybe he'll score, but I just see France getting this done. One of the bigger upset bets that I like, and I like betting on this team as an underdog, is Iceland to beat Denmark. Iceland at home, 5.0, big underdogs. I've hit a couple of those prices the last couple of weeks with West Ham. And I don't know, I just think Iceland's a frisky team. They all work extremely hard. They've got some quality with Sigurdsson. They've got forwards who work hard. They're just all on the same page. They always punch above their weight. They're a country of like 30,000 people, and they're making Euros and beating bigger teams, unnamed bigger teams. We'll leave that alone. But yeah, I like Iceland at home to beat Denmark. Denmark's a good team, but at 5.0, Iceland at home, they're someone that I think could spring an upset in this Scandinavian derby. Let's move on. Czech Republic away at Israel. They're getting 2.05, so a little bit over even money. This is just another one, kind of like the Albania away at Kazakhstan. I know Israel just drew Scotland. If you're impressed by drawing Scotland, then I don't know why you'd be impressed with that. But Czech Republic is just better than Israel, guys. We don't need to dive into this. Again, no home fans. Czech Republic, they won their last game on the road it was only against Cyprus, but even that one was at plus money. I don't know how that happened. Should have been all over that. Yeah, let's go with Czech Republic plus money again. Israel went to penalties against Scotland, I believe. Yeah, they went to penalties, so they just played, and that was a Nations League game, or one of those Nations League qualifiers, something that mattered more. Obviously, it went to penalties, so they might be a little tired and on a come down a bit against Czech Republic here. So let's go with the Czechs. Souček to get on the scoreboard, our favorite son there from West Ham. Next up, we're gonna go in the Scotland versus Slovakia game. Scotland is not a good team. They always lose important games. They're also without, who is it? Tierney. 3 of their starters, one of which was Tierney. Tierney and 2 other good players. They don't have many good players, so when they lose 3 of them, 3 starters, that means that they're probably going to be even worse than they usually are. Slovakia is at 3.75. They're quite a sizable underdog there. So I could really, really easily see this being a game that Scotland loses at home, disappoint not the fans, disappoint themselves, missing some important players. So I think Slovakia is a nice punt at 3.75. And lastly, I've got Turkey 3.75 over Russia. Turkey just had a big result against Germany. Russia is a team that kind of like Scotland a little bit. People think I don't know if people think Scotland's good, but they're one of those teams that just disappoints you, you know? You'd think they would be better. They did pretty good at their own World Cup there. That was probably just riding a wave of emotion. I don't think they're a good team. I'm not particularly in love with Turkey either, but at 3.75, 2 probably maybe even teams, maybe even Turkey's a bit better. I think that's one you go with over Russia. So there's 8 bets for Saturday. Yeah, let's see if we can win 4 or 5 of those. They're all plus money except for Croatia, which is slightly below. So I think those are ones we can target to. I know the international break's boring, but might as well have some action on it since it's something we got to go through. So yeah, that's it for me, guys. Just a little short one today. Be back maybe next week with some more international games if this one goes well. I'll see if I can convince one of those fools to join me, just so you can hear another voice. Maybe Sandy can bust out of his slump, or maybe we can have a new guest. If you want to guess some, if you want to predict some international games with me, then shoot me a message or even write into the show. Remember, our email is banterbetsnbpl@gmail.com. We do have a couple questions that we're going to read off with the boys when we do our Premier League game week 5 betting preview. That was tough for me to say. So we'll read those questions then. But yeah, thanks for listening, guys. Try and enjoy those international games as much as you can. For Canadians, it's Thanksgiving, so I mean, you don't need to be staying inside watching any soccer this weekend. So get out there and have some fun. If you do, get some action on it with those 8 bets we had. Talk to you guys soon. Peace.